super duper hot out here. What's up, y'all? Hold on, let me get some air flowing through here. Oh, it's so hot. I don't know why it's so freaking hot. So this is part two. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with understanding why. If you try to understand a person that you say you love and you respect and you honor, right? Why do you question them on everything they do, right? Why not trust them enough to make sure they're gonna make the right decisions? It becomes how they say, it becomes nerve wracking when you're trying to make choices in your life and somebody's stopping you from making those right decisions. If you do something that you feel like you should have spoke to the person you're with about, you should have, like, even if you weren't like thinking about it, you should have kind of like touched bases with them, right? But at some point, it feels like you're checking in. It feels like you're checking in. It feels like okay, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Why is this such a big issue? Because what's not big to you may be big to somebody else, right? You look at it and say, can I not just be a humane person? Can I not just do this without this becoming this? Yeah, you can. If you have the right person next to you. You know, I literally like look at my life and say it has to be a point where I could say and not worry about repercussions and stuff. If somebody trusts me, you trust me, right? But I have to earn that. Can't just be handed. I'm no longer gonna be for whatever everybody else wants. We sit down and we try to figure out our life one day at a time. And if you're with somebody, you should be able to cry in front of them. You should want them to hold you. You should want them to tell you it's gonna be all right. We're gonna get through whatever, because that's what it's all about, getting through. There's moments where we look at life and we say, this is crazy, right? I learned the hard way. One thing I won't do is let somebody belittle me. Take my heart, step on it, play with it, because it's not right. I was battling with demons for a lot of years, a lot of trust issues, a lot of I'll make sure these teachers. I had a lot of trust issues and stuff, and it generated in my life for a long time. So I always had this, somebody's gonna get me, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna hurt me. Somebody once said, nah, that wouldn't happen. You don't want to go back and forth with people. At some point, you just got to say, okay, you're the one for me. Like, I love you. You're the one for me. You love me. What was, what is, right? But one thing you're not going to do is try to change a person from being genuine when it comes to something. I don't believe that, like other people believe that they can do whatever they want to do in their life, but your life is not yours. They want to control that outcome too. I don't believe that's right. I believe when you're trying to figure it out, it has to be somebody that wants to figure it out with you. I think people think that they need validation. Whoa, sorry guys. I think when people need, they feel like they need validation is when things are at its worst. So when we're dealing with that, it's different. A man can be a co-parent. A man can be a great father. A man can do a lot of things. He don't gotta always run that by somebody else because he had those problems before he met you, right? Just like she had those problems before anything. But here goes what we fall victim to is others. Others will interfere where they shouldn't. My heart is going to be content. My heart's going to be happy. I'm going to be with who I'm supposed to be with. I'm going to live my life with who I'm supposed to live my life with the rest of my life. We have to stop trying to figure it out though. Like if somebody is there and they're like, yo, why did this happen? Shit, I don't know, let's go figure it out. But if you're the type of person that your life is a bunch of complaints, nobody wants to figure that out with you. Nobody wants to figure that out with you. Like I'm gonna tell you now, somebody cheated on me so bad it made my trust issues for people not to be there. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. That happened over 20 some years ago, and I still held on to it because I thought this was gonna happen. I didn't have a bunch of money. I was on child support forever. I'm just barely now at 46 getting to where I need to get because I'm the type of man that I make responsibilities. I'm gonna take care of them. Nobody's got to question me on that. I love my kids, all of them, all 7 of them. I love them. They're mine. I can't compete with silliness. I can't compete with stupidity. I'm not going to compete because certain things pop up and people want to make a big thing out of it instead of just saying, hey, let's talk. See, that's the type of woman I got to have in my corner is a let's talk woman. Not a let's make assumptions. Let's talk. Let's fix it before it becomes something type woman. I'm the type of man, I'm a boring, simple dude, man. Let me go to work. Let me come home. Let me play video games. Let me just chill. I'm that simple. And if we got to go do something, let's go do something and get it. Let's go. You know what I mean? But let's have respect. I don't care what somebody else showed you. I don't care what somebody else told you. I care what you think about me in the long run. I used to call myself Carter Rosewood. I was turned on to this show, and Rosewood was a thinking man. Sometimes I don't think, I react, and it costs me sometimes. But one thing about me is like I can admit to my mistakes when they happen. I don't want to be anything more than what I am, which is a person that you can depend on, provider, protection, protector. I'm not looking to start over fresh with people. Man. I know what I want, know who I want, to know where I want it to go. But what I won't do is let somebody drag me down, break me down, step on me, look at me like I'm not who I'm supposed to be. I'm not doing that. I remember one time I wrote this thing that said, when God created me, He knew my good and my bads, my ups and my downs. He knew when I would smile before I would smile. He knew I would cry before I would cry. He knew that I didn't want to walk down the path that I was headed down, but it was part of my journey. I had to learn from it. There was times when I couldn't see past what was right in front of me. but I had to yearn for it. There's a time when you got to look at yourself and say, am I greater than what I think I am? Or am I just playing myself? It's just questions that you must ask yourself, even though the answer is clearly in front of you. Let somebody hold your hand. Don't pull away. I had to learn that. Let somebody hold your hand and not pull away from them. Because what you're not used to is somebody actually showing you genuine love. It's not about having a bunch of women or a bunch of men. It's about having that one companion. It's not about being in everybody else's business, being popping all over social media. It's about, yo, what are we doing? A woman's biggest thing is she'll never say I'm sorry. She'll never say I forgive you. Not to you. She won't say I made a mistake or I love you enough. I want to try. Let's figure it out. But I need you to tell me everything from that point on. If you get a paper cut, I want to know because I want to enter into what you're going through. So that's the ideal woman. She wants a loyal man, an honest man, and a best friend, just like we do. The battles that they want us to fight, somebody creates those battles because they know the type of person one or the other is. One's either calm or one's a hothead. Oh, let me show them this so this can stir up this over here. Not giving the other person any time to be like, yo, that's not what it is though. I should have told you, but my bad on that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be prepared for what is. Broken hearts, broken promises. Somebody once told me communication is the key. Now you suffer sometimes. One thing about pain, it'll go away. Mentally, it takes a minute. Physical pain goes away like in a few hours. The heart will tell you when enough is enough. People think because they do certain things that they lose weight, they get their hair done, they do all this other stuff. That's nothing to a person that just loves you the way you are. There's plenty of times that we look at what other people got, how other people living, and then when I always say this, when somebody else has a problem, I already know what's coming. I don't want to live somebody else's problem. I have enough of my own. But if your biggest thing is that one little thing, and y'all get past that, nobody can break you. Only y'all can break y'all. I think people honestly think I have a bunch of women in my life right now. See what I'm doing right now? That's all I do all day. I work. I work because I got goals. I want to get a new house already. I want to get a car. I want to be able to just provide the best I can provide. But I think people are so used to the old me that that's what it is. If you want the old me, you have to ask God to spin the world backwards because I ain't going back to the old me for nobody. For nobody. Trust me before you judge me. Build with me before you break me. Don't just stand around and look at me and be like, I knew it. It's probably wrong. The one thing about me that's more beautiful than anything else is a woman that will come to a man and say, you know what? I jumped the gun, but let me tell you why. Not yell, not scream. Just tell you why. I look at what I love to do is just look at the ocean when the moon is perfectly lit and it's shining off the water and it's perfect like that. It's nothing greater than that because it's something small that God created, but it looks so big. I don't have a bunch of money. I can't buy people Chanel bags and Louis Vuitton and all that. I don't got that kind of bread. But I'm not finna let somebody keep telling me it's too late for me to be happy. I'm not an ugly dude, not ugly at all. But I had to take myself out of that frame of thought. Like, you're not ugly, but you do got some things to work on. I'm hoping that everything comes full circle and works itself out. Because I don't want to see or feel less than what I am. Hold on. But long story short, we all make mistakes. Even when we think we're doing the right thing, sometimes the right thing that we see it as the right thing for us is not the right thing for others. It's hard sometimes to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. It's hard. But there's times when you ain't got no choice. Like, how would they feel? I was just doing this for this reason. This shouldn't be the outcome of this, though. And when you're wrong as a person, look, I'm sorry. See, one thing about me, I value friendship over anything else. I value love over anything else. I don't need to hang out with a bunch of people. But if I'm giving up hanging out with my homeboys and everybody like that, as they say, I need to be able to make sure I'm hanging out with you. I gotta be prepared. So in being prepared, life gotta look like it's something. So when you trying to when you trying to build yourself up, don't be afraid to. But don't let other people do things that's out of their character to hurt you. Tell them like, yo, I'm human. Some people will never see it, but you gotta see it. Like for me, I'm no longer gonna be vulnerable. I'm never gonna be available to people anymore. I'm not reaching out anymore after today. Somebody wants to be around me, they're gonna have to tell me they want to be around me now. Because I think I've done my part. I'm gonna humble myself. I'm not going out of my way anymore. I'm not doing it because I saw that I failed the mission. The mission was failed. I deserve to be unconditionally loved just like the next person. If I can't have that, then it is what it is. Part of life.